odds that always be facing me. One thing I know, complacency creates vacancy. When they lie about it, obvious it do be taking me. God's chosen soldier, Lord, I'm trying to live faithfully. Every day a battle, yeah, I'm really at war now. Always be myself up.
My name is Mizzy G. I'm born and raised in Omaha, Nebraska.
So, you're a music artist.
Yes.
So, where did your love for music begin? Just how did that all start?
My love for music began. I was a very small child, and me and my cousins used to hang out in my grandpa's basement a lot, and he always had these old records. And the first group that ever stood out to me were the Temptations. And he was just used to play, the good ones. Papa was a Rolling Stone and My Girl, and it's just I was like, I need this. Like, music is it touches a different part of my heart and soul that nothing else does. Like, it just brings a sense of joy and different emotion that anything else does in the world. Like, I love a lot of other stuff like sports and others, but music. Right when since I was a kid, when I heard that, I was like, this is it. Like, I can't live without music.
What was the start of like the journey? Like what was your first song? Like when did that happen?
So I was a kid. So in church, I grew up in church, and I'm still Christian, Seventh Day Adventist. So it was this thing we have called VBS, Vacation Bible School, and I remember, I don't know, out of the blue, uh, I was like, hey, I want to write my own song. So I wrote my own church song, and I showed our choir director, and she was like, she just loved the idea. She was like, how about we do this for Vacation Bible School and just have like all the kids just like sing behind you your little chorus part or whatever. So that was the first song I ever wrote and sang in church. It was pretty funny because my cousin was like, I can't believe I'm your backup singer. I'm like, well, believe it. I'm like, there's more years to come. And when I was little, how I got the name Mizzy G, actually, people like, sometimes people think of it as a joke, or like even my grandma called me Mizzy G. It's just how I got it is we're at church, my cousins and all my friends were like try to come up with like music name or like artist names if we ever made it or whatever. So when I was a kid, I was like, you know how they call Drake Drizzy. Well, y'all could, like, since my name is Miles, you can call me Mizzy. Then my last name is Glass, so Mizzy G. And like, it just stuck. Like, I can't go anywhere without like someone mentioning my nickname. Like, it don't matter who they are. They might just heard it. Like, yes, I get called Mizzy G more than I do Miles. Only like the like super close ones still call me Miles to this day. Right. But like, I'm more Mizzy G than I am Miles, but which is okay with me. But
Dude, I like the name Mizzy G.
yeah. I thought it was tough. I was like, I was like 7 or 8.
Man.
I was like,
and it's still like really close to like your actual name.
That's what,
like there's a lot of artists that just change the name.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Like, that's still your name, man.
Yeah.
Right there, Mizzy G.
And I don't think it's been trademarked yet because no one blew up with the name. So I hope I could blow up with the name so no one could take it, because I'm not switching it no matter what.
Yeah,
I own that name.
You gotta start registering that name.
I own that name.
Dude, that's cool, man. Sweet. What inspires your art and creative process?
What inspires my art and creative process? I would say a lot of life lessons inspire just different things I've been through or I see other people go through. When I'm just sitting and I'm ready to write. If I find a certain beat, I'm like, oh yeah, I know exactly what message I want to relay over this beat, and I just talk to everybody, making sure they can relate. That brings out the creative process of like, how could I do it differently than I have in the past, but like still keep my same momentum and like outlook on that certain thing going.
Can you share a specific moment or experience that inspired a particular song of yours?
So I'm not gonna go into full detail if I don't have to, but a lot of my R&B songs, I went through a relationship a few years ago that kind of like tore me down and like broke me to where like I didn't think I could ever be myself again, because I allowed too much, and it wasn't even the fact that I was mad at her. I was for sure, but it's just I allowed it to happen. I let it get to that point where I got lost putting myself in somebody else. I need to find myself in any situation and still be me, where I'm not giving 100% of me and having myself taken away. and getting lost in that sense. So a lot of my R&B ones, like the first I guess R&B hit I had, which I kind of hate making R&B music because I'm like, dang, I don't think I can get it back to this song. But Breaking Down, I wrote that literally right after the breakup happened, like within like 2 minutes. And when I first posted it on SoundCloud, some of my friends, they called me. They was like, Mizzy G. They was like, what are you doing? That was a hit. What are you doing, bro? Like, you're Bryson Tiller 2.0. And the crazy thing is, Bryson is like my favorite artist of all time, pretty much. I was like, dude, I was like, yeah, I need to continue doing this music stuff because it doesn't matter how hurt I am. It can just help build me up. And if I put it through my art, I mean, I feel undefeated and feel healed.
Sweet. You know, the one thing I noticed is you're like one of the first ever artists I've ever like spoke to that mentions how they like aren't the biggest fan of making like R&B music. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
that they have made. So is R&B the only one you have made, or
No. I rap and do R&B and like melodic stuff. Like I love R&B is my favorite genre. It's just like when I do it, it's just I always like compare myself to like other R&B artists. I'm like, dang, I can't get it to sound like that. Or if I'm making the same song, it kind of sounds repetitive with the things I'm saying, but it's just what's true. It's just everybody. I've made maybe one love song. It wasn't even like really a love song, but I made one love song. They were like, "How come you can't?" Or why don't you make more love songs? I'm like, well, it's just not the feeling I have at the moment. I mean, I've been hurt plenty of times in relationships, so making like that sad music is kind of just getting that out there because like I grew up on Boyz II Men, Chris Brown, Usher, and all that. Just R&B's been my favorite genre forever. It's just putting it in my own where I'm not trying to sound too much like them or try to imitate them too much because I have too much respect for them to try to copy their music and blow up off of that. Like I need to be myself when I do R&B music.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not singing like my whole heart out on every single track. It'll more sound like a melodic type thing when I do R&B. It's conversational when I do R&B. So but I love R&B to death. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, you gotta like. That's the one thing is you always have to have your own style.
Yes.
See, most people these days are trying to copy like, oh, I want to be the next Travis Scott.
Yeah, yeah.
Or I want to be the next Kanye West. And let's be honest, no one else can be Kanye West.
Absolutely not.
No, like Kanye West is like he's like that one.
Yeah, he's that guy. He's that guy.
But everything else, like everyone likes to use all this like auto tune and the way they rap, like they're trying to sound like Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
Like no man, you gotta be yourself. You gotta be your own standalone artist. 'Cause that's what makes you. Exactly. It's what makes you you, and that's what makes you stand out a lot more. And that's why people are gonna go crazy once you blow up because you're like, hey, you know this guy?
Yeah.
Like, you know this guy, Miles? Like, dude, he's different, man. Exactly.
Like,
that's great, man.
Yeah, I always try to be myself. Like people like, oh, you could have did this. I could have, but I would have sounded like someone else. And I feel like there's always room for improvement in my songs. That's why I always leave a little mess up in there so they can see when the next time I make a song, they're like, oh, I saw the improvement he made on that part, or like just different things like that. Just small things I like to do to make myself get better.
That's good, man. Man, keep that.
Thank you.
Once you keep working on it.
Thank you.
That's great. Is there any artists specifically that inspired you?
Absolutely. It's too much to count. Like I know a generalized answer would be Michael Jackson. Yes, he's greatest of all time. But I would say like just with my music, I don't think it's inspired by him as much. More like I recognize he is the greatest to ever do it musician wise. But me personally, Bryson Tiller for sure, especially with the R&B vibes. Party Next Door. With the rap wise, just with clever wordplay. Lil Wayne's my favorite rapper of all time for sure. Young Dolph, rest in peace. I was super big on him. Second favorite rapper of all time. Lil Baby, even though he's only been in the game for a few years, it's just like his cadence and the way like his breathing control. I'm like, dang, I wish I could get to that one day where like my flow is getting switched up and I could keep up with the beat or like maybe fast track then slow it back down to where like that was tough. I know like a lot of people try to call him washed or whatever, but I'm like, well, if it works for him, it works for him. Like he's still like one of the best out here. There's not many that can do better. And just artists like that. Chris Brown, of course, just growing up on him, big inspiration on me. J. Cole, just with the stuff he talks about, how he don't really have to cater to like everybody else's listening pleasures, like where like oh he's not rapping like my favorite artist, so I'm not gonna listen to J. Cole, but like he is better than your favorite rapper, and it's the hard pill to swallow, but you gonna have to swallow that pill and recognize that J. Cole, Kendrick, Kanye are the truth, and Drake, just because they're not doing the same thing as everybody else is doing, which is totally okay. But that it's just the difference is what separates being different is what separates the greats from the goods. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dude, I know what you get. Yeah, you can't pass on like J. Cole. You know, like there's obviously the greats.
Yeah.
Everyone knows like who's like
Yeah.
the greatest of all time with that. I do agree with like J. Cole. Like J. Cole,
Yeah,
like, my number
he's up
one
there.
artist
Yeah.
right now, man. Yeah, he's great. And just lyrically wise, like,
Yeah.
he's really good. Like some of my favorite verses. I don't know if you know the song. It's Johnny P's Caddy by Benny the Butcher.
Yes, I've heard it. I've heard it. I haven't got to a point where like I got the lyrics down yet. But like my favorite J. Cole song, I mean, kind of basic, but it is "Love Yours." It's just the deep meaning he had in that song, where it's just like you got to be okay with what you have. You can't keep looking at everybody else and like, because comparison is the thief of joy, and like he understood the assignment when he did that. So I'm like, mad respect.
Yeah, no, that's great, man. I what's funny is like out of most J. Cole fans, like you're the first one that ever said "Love Yours." Like,
Yeah.
but it is a great song. Man.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I forgot one inspiration too. Also another independent artist that no one knew early on he was going to keep at the level he's been keeping. Black.
Oh,
Black is so amazing, like especially his voice and how he just rides the beats and just gives those. If you want a definition of vibes in the song, it's literally Black on anything he hops on.
I agree. It's funny. Like I just like started like hopping on his albums for the first time because I've heard him as a feature, and I think anytime he's a feature, like he never misses.
Yeah, he eats it up.
Like, oh, what did I hear him in? He's in a J. Cole song in the off season.
Yeah.
And then he also features with, I believe, Jid, Denzel Curry.
Yep.
And man, he was also with not Smino, Saba.
Yep.
So. Black is good, dude.
Cause he mixes with everybody. Like it's just his style. His style just works. Then Pretty Little Fears.
Oh,
that song I like. That's like one of the top 10 songs I actually like consider 100% perfection. There was no part of that song where it lacked anything.
Exactly.
Them boys ate on that. I was like,
dude, exactly, man. Just something about his voice.
Yeah, I know.
Voice, everything. I do think he's a little underrated. I really hope he pops off with some more features and at least better.
Well, that's how I like my artists, to be honest. Like I like him to be a little underrated, where I can appreciate their music where not many other people are. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. There's one thing I like that you said about that is when they're kind of like not underground but underrated. Like that. You know, like if you went to a Black concert, not everyone is going there just for the hits.
Yeah.
Like when people go to like a J. Cole concert, like majority of those people are there because like they know the song No Role Models.
Yep.
They have the money to go see J. Cole.
Yeah, like we're gonna go.
Yeah, but no, when it's like artists like that, like Black, or I like Freddie Gibbs.
Very underrated.
Dude,
Freddie is tough.
Yeah, like I saw a concert of his, and like the people in that concert, like those are fans. Those are fans. They know all the songs. Everyone knew it. It was all vibe. And I think like with Black, I feel like that's a little similar.
Yeah.
He's not like a giant big artist, but he's not like too underground.
Yeah.
People know who Black is. That's good.
I agree. I'm gonna say I'm not there. Like if I go to a Black concert, I'm not there for like the super big hits that everybody know. He said you was that, and like I'm not there. I'm there for Nonchalant. I'm there for any other song that I know of his where like not many people are singing it out loud. Like only the few know. Like me and my cousin Adrian. Like Adrian is like my cousin is like the biggest Black fan I know, and like he really put me on to like his music. So I just started going through his catalog. I'm like,
man, dude, that's good, dude. Yeah, now that's how it should be. That's how it should be with artists.
I agree.
Especially your favorites. I mean,
yeah, that's what I was saying.
But what's crazy is actually another thing is that how you mentioned the artist that inspired you. Like I was not expecting Michael Jackson. You said R&B and like I was like Michael Jackson.
Yeah, no, like that's a whole nother like category I haven't hit yet with like the pop and all that. Like I'm getting there. Like it just my style keeps evolving. Like I'll get.
Dude, that's awesome, man. Oh, man, I love that. That's great. So now we know the artists that have inspired you, and you can tell with the style, especially with Bryson Tiller with the R&B, because he's got some strong R&B. And yeah, that's just good, man. All these artists, you keep it up, keep it up, keep listening to more artists.
I will.
Get more inspiration. That's how it should be. Do you have a favorite piece of work, and why is it like so special to you specifically?
Ooh, favorite piece?
Yeah, favorite piece of work.
That's a good question. So, like I mentioned earlier when I was talking about the breaking down probably is like my personal favorite, just because how quickly I wrote that, and like the studio session was pretty special for that one because I was doing it a whole different way than I originally put the song out. And then I was like, bro, this sounds like just too like nonchalant. It just sounds too like I'm not giving my all on this song, especially with the lyrics we're saying. Then my engineer was like, you ever try to like singing on this beat before when you were going over? I'm like, no, not really. So I kind of like had to improvise on the spot, and I got it down in like one take. Like it was then at the little ad libs in there. Like I had people question it. They were like, "That's you singing." I'm like, "Yeah, I don't sing much, but that one I had to put my heart out on the line and do and like show that vulnerability in the song by using vocals." Uh, that's my favorite R&B one, I would say. Other than a different song I have called "Different Times," which I might do a music video for. That was pretty special to me too, because it was literally just saying how I'm on that moving on process where it's like 5 in the morning and I need to stop thinking about this. I need to like get past the point where it is different times. And I need to realize that, and so that means it's time for different. If you can't change her, change her. You know, I heard that quote. So favorite rap song I got. Uh, I would say either my I Get It freestyle, because I did freestyle not all of that song. I did have half of it like written down, but like in the studio I forgot I had half of it written down. So the other half I did improvise and rap the rest of that. Uh, it- I'm not that much of a good freestyle. I'll have a couple of good stints here and there, but that one was just it was a different vibe. And everybody was like, "Oh, he's coming into his own as an artist on this one." Like I can hear it, and that's what like, oh, that's the most clear you've been, and like we understood every single lyric you said, and like you were like not like being scared on the beat, because like I get in my head a lot while even though if it's just me, I'm just like, dang, like it's just the point where I'm not trying to sound like somebody else, so I'll like start like belittling myself and like not giving 100% effort. I'm like, or you could just like clear cut as it is or whatever. And I think I was actually kind of sick while I recorded that song, so my voice gave it like a good echoey thing. So that's why I really like that one. That's where I was like, all right, I think everybody started giving me a little bit more respect. They was like, all right, he's coming into his own as an artist.
Yeah, like you come from the soul.
Yeah.
That's good, dude. I can tell how like your music is like you mentioned right now, like you put your all.
Yeah.
You know, like you're singing and
Yeah.
you're rapping.
Yeah. So I just found I want to be as versatile as I can. It's just I don't want to be one dimensional, and like it's just different. I'm not gonna be afraid to like tap into like different bags, I guess. So like R&B, melodic, and rap is not the only bags I'm gonna tap into. Like I'm trying to get maybe like a gospel going, pop, like a reggae, Islander music, pretty big. Like a Tyler vibe, Burner Boy, and all that. You never know where you're gonna get from me in the future. But I mean, right now it's just me being comfortable with the stuff. Right now, I'm trying to get that down pat before I move on to the next stage. So then, also to add to that question, it's not my favorite. It's not my favorite song. Well, it is my favorite melodic. It's a song called R.P. Miles, and I was thinking of a concept. I was just like, I'm past the old me right now. So how is it like, how can I give myself more respect than like, give myself like a funeral in a song type thing. So the first verse, actually, if you like pay attention, it's literally, it's Mizzy G. I'm like I'm on like trial or whatever, pretty much. At the beginning, I'm like, oh, you ain't hear Mizzy kill Miles, and they were like, what? And then I'm explaining how like Miles told him to do it. It's just he wasn't feeling like up to par. like Miles can't be Mizzy G whatsoever. It's like two different personas. So like he was like, hey, kill me so you can like outshine and like do better than I did. It's just like no one cared about me in the first place. You know, in my life I struggled with abandonment issues, just people backstabbing me, bad relationships getting cheated on, just people just straight out lying and being fake, and it was just to a point where I got tired of it, and it's just I've always felt alone, and like even the people that were in my life and real, and that which I expect, it's just no one's going to be realer than I am. Like everybody called me the realest person in their lives. Well, I have to be the realest in my life, and which I was. Is just like I got too drained, so I'm like, Mizzy, kill me now, like you know, outshine and like put that guard up for me, you know, do the things I couldn't. So that was that whole verse was the first verse about. The second one is uh me coming back as Miles, like, hey, yeah, I told him to do it. You know, like, I was tired, man. Y'all didn't even pay attention. Y'all just paying attention now because I'm dead. Because you know, the saying, you're gonna miss me when I'm gone, or they won't love you till you're dead. So that's where that concept of that song came from. I thought it was pretty powerful. So the ones that like paid attention, that actually like realized where I was going for in that song, they reached out to me. They was like, bro, dang, I didn't even know you felt that way. I'm like, well, I mean, I didn't expect you to. It's just I try to stay quiet as much as possible just in that area because everybody just knows me as Miles, as you know, the fun, loving, always going to take care of me. You know, if he got it, he'll pay for it, or you know, give me advice that you know I can never give myself or go to others about. You know, I'm that trustworthy person. But it was just moving forward and you know try to take care of me first. And,
Yeah, man, dude, that's a lot of backstory. That's
yeah,
deep too.
yeah,
That's deep. But hey, that's music right there.
yeah. I try, man.
Music can come from any sort. Like it can come from stuff like that. It can come from anything. And you said that one was what, R&P Miles?
R.P. Miles,
R&P
yes, that
Miles.
is like melodic wise, that's my favorite song. It just and it was kind of funny because it was like a YNW Melly beat, and you know he was on trial, so it's funny how I called it R.P. Miles. So, like I'm like I hope somebody get that part. They was like, cause someone hit me up, they were like, bro, this sounds like Melly. I'm like, yeah, you know, that was the goal. But Melly's my guy. I love his music too. So
Well, shout out to Millie. Shout out to Millie. Man, dude. Well, yeah, man, that's deep stuff. That's
thank you,
deep
thank you.
stuff, man. Yeah, you're gonna make good music out of this.
I just try to have everything come from the soul because there's no time.
That's how it should be.
There's no time down here on earth to try to fake stuff or like try to hide stuff, bottle stuff in just to be worse off in the end. You know, I want to be as stress free as possible. Just get everything off my chest now. Just tell people just everything. Y'all can know everything about me, but will you still understand me after I tell you? There's a thin line. It's a difference.
Yeah, no, I get that. I get that. Yeah, man. All right. Well, we appreciate that information.
Thank you,
Really, dude.
thank you,
That's
thank you.
good. That's good. All right. So you mentioned how you went through a lot of challenges. You know, with R&P Miles, you know, that's obviously inspired by a lot of things.
Yeah.
You know, from what I've heard, I also go to church. My pastor always says how growth cannot happen without challenge. And like, what challenges have you faced in your artistic journey, and how have they shaped you as a person and as an artist?
I just feel like the biggest thing is, yeah, like you said, bringing up church. I am a Christian, and I'm gonna keep saying that. I don't want to go away and not give God credit. It's not the fact that like my music is doing good is the reason why I should thank Him. It's the fact that I'm still living and have a story to tell and use art to tell that because of Him. And just a lot about some of my lyrics might not reflect that, but I try to add in a few like maybe bars here that are like, hey, you know, this ain't just me. I didn't get through this alone. You know, He helped me, and only he could do that. A big struggle for me is the temptation of trying not to make a hit where I'm sounding like anything I hear on the radio. Like just a quick little temporary thing just so I can go viral or blow up. I feel like I'd be very tempted because I am a very patient person, but it's just, you know, patience runs thin. So I'm like, maybe I should just like make a song where I'm just capping about everything or whatever, you know, just to make an audience feel good enough where they will play my music, they will promote it or whatever. So that's been very tough, and I struggled with like I'm like, all right, maybe one song won't hurt, but I'm the type of person I stick to I stick to my word, I stick to my gun. So the music I make is everything I've seen and everything I lived through. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, um, I'm living something I'm not, just to appease people. I'm just not. So that's a big one of mine. Struggle. Another one, maybe if I'm going through writer's block. It's different, especially if I like found a beat I really like. I'm like, I need to write to this now. I'm like, dang, what's something I could say I haven't said already? I'm like, So like, it's just going through the motions. Like, I'll get back to it tomorrow. It'll be 2 weeks. I'm like, oh dang, I had never finished that song. How did I want that to go again? Yeah, those are the two biggest struggles. But I get through it most of the time. Just there's always a way around every situation.
Yeah, man. Yeah, keeping it real there.
Yeah,
Always keeping it real, having your experience.
yeah,
Because, yeah, I mean, dude, there's a lot of artists that like to make it up just to,
that's what I'm saying.
get some sort of attention, you know. But when you keep it real and you keep it to yourself, like there's some people that are gonna know, and
Mm.
even close people to you that are gonna know, that are gonna spread that word.
Yeah,
You're gonna tell everyone else. And like how you mentioned, like even like you and your Christian, you're not gonna hide that.
yeah,
And God's always got your back with that.
yeah,
Man, that's good stuff.
absolutely.
He'll always have your back. And you don't make mistakes either.
Uh,
So he'll keep moving with you, man. He's
Facts.
got a plan for all of us.
Facts.
Yeah, all of us, dude. So here, let's see. So another question. This one actually, I'm really excited to ask this one.
I feel like this is gonna be deep, but let's go.
Oh, it's not.
It's not deep. It's a fun one.
Actually,
It's a
this
fun
is more so like a. This is a fun one.
Okay, good.
We'll jump to a fun one.
Let's do that. Let's do that.
Have you collaborated with any local artists here in Omaha or just anywhere else?
I have not collabed with the Omaha artist yet. I've been in talk with a few artists, like at little different shows I've done. They were like, "Hey, let's work on something." So like, I'll contact them like, "Hey, if you have an opening, let me know if I have an opening." They were like, "Hey, let me know for sure." It's just playing just different times where like we're busy or whatever, where we can't make it work right now, or they got a different project already going on right now, and I'm like, you're gonna have to hold off or something like that, which I'm fine. Like, I respect a lot of Omaha artists, because the thing about Omaha, we don't have the connections as much as like other people do. Like when they try to start a career in Atlanta, Florida, or something, we don't have the same scene here. So we got to really get out the mud here. So it's just, but I would like to collab with some, and I'm still working on it. So those might be coming maybe later this year, next year, who knows? But I'm gonna try to make it work. I've done one collab so far. Uh, it's with my homie Louis V. Actually, that's my brother in Minnesota. Uh, I don't have the rights to put the song out, or I would, because that thing is an absolute hit, and I feel like we could do something with that. But that's my guy. He's been busy with life, so I understand. Then his cousin Johnny, we're about to start working on some stuff. He's from Minnesota, and I think he has family here too. Like, yeah, those are my brothers right there, cousins. I just keep in connect with them. About to work on some stuff soon. Here's the thing, I don't like to bother people, so I just let whatever you gotta do, please do it. But if you got time for me, just let me know or whatever. So if there's any people out there that want to collab, I'm down. I don't really charge for features either, like at all. I'm not that big. I'm not that big headed, and I'm not big enough as an artist to be doing that right now. So if you want to work, let's just do it. Let's see what we can do. I like to try to adapt to different songs and beats or whatever. So just let me know what kind of vibe you like, and I got it.
Sweet. Yeah, no, they know right where you are.
Yeah.
Omaha, Nebraska.
Yep.
And I like how you mentioned that, like with Omaha, we're nothing compared to like Los Angeles,
Yeah.
Los Angeles or Atlanta or
Yeah.
Florida. But I've noticed that a lot of artists are grown in Omaha, and I will say right now we aren't in like the number one spot, number
Yeah.
5 even, but I'd say we could get up there.
Yeah.
Omaha's really grown right now with artists and
Facts.
especially people that are wanting to get into music.
Yeah.
And I think it'll get big, and it'll show that Omaha like really has artists. Like we're not just some city in Nebraska, the middle of nowhere, the corn state.
Like, we have a lot of talent. I must admit, like, I don't even think I'm one of the best in the city. Just my humble opinion. There's so much talent, it just goes to waste just because of the location we're at. And it's nothing against Omaha. It's just like, it got to be a little bit of room for growth in what you want to do here. Like, I know back then we had the group. I don't know if you heard Caveman Gang. You're a little bit younger, but they were like hot on the music scene like early 2012, where all that like drill was coming into Chicago, and here like they were blowing up, and misfortune they having to get in trouble and stuff. But like my cousin was in that group, and it's just I like just being around like hearing him rap. And I'm like, maybe I should add rap to my repertoire. I'm like, Omaha got some talent. It's just like just the environment. Like, you can like being uh what's that saying? Product of your environment. There you go. That it just tends to happen a lot here. So if I happen to move somewhere and try to get that music thing growing, I mean, I'm going to reach back to my roots in Omaha and try to like help Omaha get on the map and bring out different artists I know from here or something like that. I just want to give back. I was like, there is room for everybody to win in this lifetime. Like a lot of people try to gatekeep winning as like only a few deserve it. Everyone deserves it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like there's a lot of hard work that goes unnoticed and not understood that people do, which I feel like needs to get noticed.
Yeah.
Like yes.
And anyone has the opportunity to be a winner.
Yeah.
Everyone has the opportunity to get a chance and do what they want.
Yeah.
But some people like to give up. And like gatekeeping, some people like to gatekeep that from you.
Yeah, I'm like,
just themselves.
I just don't get it. I'm just like, that's just pure hate. I'm like, I don't got time for that.
I always just like do you with your dream. Like you want to follow that dream, all right? You got it. You want to hold on to it.
All it takes.
Exactly, that's all it takes. So, yeah, no, dude, I like how just collab with other artists. And Omaha's got the talent. I think you'll definitely be able to collab with other people in the city with the talent.
I'm gonna try for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man, you keep trying. Hold on to it. Yeah, with the dream. And then, and then you said you have collaborated with some brothers.
Yeah.
That's great too. Like when you said that kind of reminded me of how. Like Kendrick Lamar and Baby Keem, I'm pretty sure they're not brothers.
Well, yeah. They're cousins. So they're not like my blood. Cause they're actually Sudanese. It's just like from like the first moment I met them, it's just blood is thicker than water. Like it don't matter. Like if you're like blood related, it's just that loyalty is just what bonds you. It's just like I'm there for them whenever they need it. Like it don't matter if it's advice or they need a little 20, 40 for something like that. It just don't take much. It's just they give me that support I don't even get from people here. It's just like they just keep me going. It's not even about like posting anything I drop or whatever. It's just like they reach out to me like, hey, you could work on this part, but bro, that was a super good song, bro. Keep going, please do not stop. It just takes that much to support. It's not a lot, and that's what they do over than just people I know here or whatever. Or people act like they were supporting me because that's another big struggle I have. Just feeling the lack of supporters. I guess I've be seeing other people get. It is a sense of jealousy. It's just more like it is jealousy, but it's coming from another standpoint where it's just like, all right, you said you were going to support me. You said that, but me knowing I can't believe everything people say, it's just like it's kind of hits different when it's like my art and just something I put time and effort and money into, which is just like, all right, but if Drake posts something, I guess that's the first song you're posting in the morning, right? But if I drop the same day, you're not even gonna get my stuff a time of day, and you never know if it's gonna be maybe better than that song or not. I mean, I doubt it, but like you never know unless you give it a listen, and like at least give me feedback or something. It's just that easy. Yeah. So that's why I call them my brothers or whatever, and my cousins. It's just it's not brother related, but those are my guys right there.
Sweet, dude. That's great. Yeah, you want to have people like that in your life. Yeah. So especially through like the music too, like with music you can do anything.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
More people producing, helping, even features like.
That's what I'm saying.
Good, man. It's gonna be a great trip.
Yeah, I'm trying to spend this year just pretty much like investing in myself. Pretty much just them like. I mean, of course, I gotta be responsible with money, but it's more like if this is gonna like at least help me further, maybe a little bit. You never know unless you try. So I try to bet on myself as much as I can this year, and I'm gonna continue to keep doing that no matter what. So.
Awesome. Man, that's great. So that's collaborating with people in the city. But I have another collab question.
Okay.
So, are there any like big artists that you would love to collab with?
There's a lot. I actually have like a list. I have like a separated list of like R&B and like rap artists I want to work with. So on the R&B list is Chris Brown for sure, Bryson Tiller 100%, Party Next Door, Drake, big one of course, The Weeknd possibly. I feel like it'll be interesting. Try to adapt to that kind of style, but I feel like I could do it. Let's get to the ladies. Her beautiful voice. I love her. Like she's so amazing. Um, LMA. I don't know if she still does stuff, music, but I would like that collab. Coco Jones. I always tell myself I'm going to marry her. So if she happens to see this in the future, just know I pre-planned this. I do want to work with her. Who else? Just Janae Monet. That's an interesting one I would like to work with. Um, yeah, it's just any R&B vibes on that side or whatever. SZA for sure. I don't know what I'm thinking about.
Oh yeah,
SZA, Summer Walker,
Oh,
100%.
Susan Summer.
I
Yeah, seriously. How did we forget?
not even just like chart wise, just being on a song with them. That would just make my world because that would be an easy fit to our styles or whatever.
Yeah.
Then rap was uh I mentioned Lil Baby earlier. I always wanted to collab with Key Glock anyway. It's just how he just rides the beats and just flowing and just that little cadence he has. I just feel like I can build off of that. Future, I feel like he's like super popular and big, but he's like also underrated in my opinion. When people talk about the best, I don't think they try to put him up there. This isn't even in order. J. Cole, Kendrick, Kanye. Even though I don't. All right, here's the thing. I don't hate on Kanye. Like I don't listen to him like every single day. Like I know some people do, but I have to respect his genius. Like he's not crazy when he says Lil Durk. I don't know if I said him yet for
Yeah, no, you
sure.
didn't.
Um,
So you do have a list.
I do have a list. I keep you going, but yeah,
Just collaborating with like any artist you listen to, really.
yeah,
Some of
pretty
your-
much.
Some of your favorites.
Yeah, yeah. An underrated one from Florida, Hot Boy. I listen to Hot Boy a lot.
Never heard of Hot
You never heard of Hot Boy?
Boy.
He's
Hot Boy.
like that's my guy right there. And Kodak, if the song is right. And I can't believe I didn't say Lil Wayne from the jump.
Yeah, well, yeah,
But
some
if
of your favorites.
if Lil Wayne could possibly get on the song with me, I would be most grateful that he could. Like that's the dream come true. Cause I don't want to like not be on the song with like legends be going too fast these days. I don't want it to be too late where like he's gone. I'm like, dang, I wish I had a song with Lil Wayne. Uh, an underrated pick that was my favorite rapper in 2017, Joyner Lucas. Joyner Lucas is his message is just how he raps, and everybody still not believing that he's a great rapper. It's ridiculous to me. And what else was I gonna say? I had someone in mind. I said Joyner.
Yeah, you said Jordan. I was just listening to him like on the way here. That
That's
was a
that.
track of his. I
That,
forgot the
that
name of it, but
that's my
it
guy
was a
right
good
there.
track.
Oh, 21. I don't know why I slipped my mind. 21. Like the way he matured as an artist was crazy to me. Like literally when that freshman class came out in 2016, I literally picked. I was like 21 is gonna be like the best one out of all of them, and like my prediction pretty much came true. It's just like especially on his. I know a lot of people talk about his features, but like just his singular songs, like not even a lot. It's like numb. Another fan with them, and that's my stuff. Or whole lot. Like it's just like he just matured, and I'm just like that. I can see me flowing with him.
Yeah, he's definitely grown in.
Yeah, yeah.
I think he has. Yeah, compared to his old stuff and his newer stuff, it's
Yeah, yeah, it's
it's
a big difference.
yeah, there's a difference. All right, dude, well, that's good. Now, see, we can talk about like all
Yeah,
like,
dude,
favorite artists, like all day, man.
I love it.
There's so many. How else do you stay motivated and continue to grow as an artist?
God is the biggest reason, but other than that, I would say just my room for self growth. Because if I try to like stay in one of my songs, I said complacency creates vacancy, and it's just completely true. Because if you stay complacent, there's no room for you to like actually like go up and like move forward with your own art. So what motivates me just to be, I just want to be better, no matter what it takes or how I'm gonna get better. But I just want to be better than not what other people see my music or art as. I want to see like where I got better at in a sense, and just like I said earlier, also the little supporters just like giving me like tidbits and feedback. Like another few friends I have in Minnesota, Oliver and Jude and different people. They just give a like there's room for improvement, but which I see now where you do that on purpose. But dude, you are getting better. Your potential is scary, and that's all I need for support. I don't need enough streams where I'm getting so much money from this, which I mean, it would be nice. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna say like money ain't anything, but it's just that like it's the belief in me, which I haven't had in myself, and I felt like other people haven't had in me, which I'm trying to fix and like just grow up on. And it's just I gotta not take those little those supporters for granted in the first place, where just whoever wants to listen to my music and reach out like, oh bro, that was tough, or like oh I like that one better, just little stuff like that. That's what makes me keep going, and God just giving me this ability to help people out through music. And like I'm a good talker as well, and like just talking people, giving advice, of course, but to reach more people, I guess doing it through music where they'll listen to it differently and not just the beat that I'm going over, but listen to what I'm saying, what motivates you, what lesson did you learn from me, where a mistake I made or whatever, just little stuff like that.
Sweet. Cool, dude. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, like really like having it carried by the lyrics
Hmm.
and like even the beat or anything at all.
Yeah.
But always keeping everything like don't let anything push you down. You got because like I mean you obviously you have your own back.
Yeah,
God
yeah.
has your own back.
Of course.
You got supporters. They'll have your own back.
And
And don't even let none of the hate speech that they're telling you like you mentioned like oh I like this more than this one. Like,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, like everyone's gonna have their opinion. But
Yeah, it's constructive criticism. That's why I search for, because anything else than that is literally just hating or like deriding, and I don't like either of those. Like, just be upfront with me or whatever. So I know this wasn't a question, but just the back end of this, I dropped an album about 2 months ago called "Talk to Him," and I never explained what "Talk to Him" was about. So I titled it "Talk to Him" because it's more like I said, I like to do it on a conversational level, and it's more like me explaining just things that's been happening over the years, but just all at once. So I want to explain. Yes, I've been through heartbreak or whatever. Yes, like maybe like I've been so depressed and anxious about different stuff. Yes, I am trying to move on for it. Just let me move forward. Yes, I made a mistake. Or yes, like I was at the point where like I was like, dang, being toxic to people was like maybe better than like me being like open hearted or whatever. Yes, give me my respect. I want it. I need it. I do. I want it. Please. Uh, yes, I'm getting better. Yes, I feel like I'm him sometimes. Yes, I feel like I'm not him sometimes. It's just different. Like I'm talking to him. Like listen to me, and you'll try to get a better understanding of me throughout my music. I might not like answer a question like right away when you talk to me. Like I'm always be honest, but if I don't feel like answering it at the moment, I'm not gonna answer it because it might hit too deep at that point. But when I'm in that studio with that headphones over me, I'm spilling out everything. I really don't care.
nice, dude. Yeah, all you. It's all you do. Right.
It's only me. Like I mean,
It's only that's how it should be. Yeah, when it comes to the music, right?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Sweet, dude. Man, I love that. That's great. Yeah, and I love your motivation.
I
The
try.
whole sense of motivation. And you keep it. You keep trying.
I
Keep it going.
like life to me is literally it's. I don't believe in perfection. It's just the effort you put into yourself, and like, but while not like disrespecting others. It's just like we all have to share this earth down here, sadly, But it's a respect level you gotta have for yourself and others. It's just different boundaries you have to have. It's just different motivations and intentions that you have to have to others and for yourself. It has to be a line drawn. You can't mix and match and expect yourself to get drained, but also be full enough to go out there and fake it, or just go out there and go do something else. You have to pay attention to yourself sometimes, and that's just something I learned to just give them my all, even back in school. Just like not necessarily being a class clown, but make sure everybody's okay before I am, and not like doing my homework because I'm like, hey, how did your day go? All right, let's talk about what happened or whatever. Let's get you over this. But where am I getting over? Nothing, because I'm like literally taking their baggage and put it with mine, and forget mine was even there to begin with. So
Right. Good. Sweet, dude. Yeah, wise words.
I'll try
Yeah,
it.
I like how you said like we all share this planet.
Yeah,
So that was good.
yeah.
That's bars right there. That's bars, man.
some slight,
Keep
some
that
slight.
down there. What advice would you like to give to aspiring artists looking to make a career in music?
Do it, do it. It's like just figure out what you gotta do and just do it. Uh, Putting a timestamp on yourself and setting expectations higher than you can reach is gonna hurt you, or putting like a limit on yourself and knowing you have potential. Oh, I can make a better song than them, but you're just talking at that point. If you do it, no one's gonna know you can. No one, like try at least. You know, you never know the reaction you're gonna get. Like a good friend of mine, she just dropped her first single. She's been telling me for 6 years she wanted to drop a song, and she's like always in her head about it, talking to me about it. And she was like, you know, I applaud you because you're out here actually doing your music and like you're putting stuff out, and I'm just scared. So I really gave her my engineer's number and everything, and you know, we set up an appointment for her. I'm like, you're dropping a song this year. I know you want to. You just have to like stop being in your head about it. Stop being insecure, because she's one of the best singers I ever heard, to be honest. Like she's like literally another version of her, and like she's just such an amazing person, an amazing artist. Like her first single, it's called Have and Hold. Have and Hold. Yes, her name is Tatinda, and it is a masterpiece. Like for her first song, that was too impressive. I literally told her, I was like, hey, you can't be dropping your first song and have it be better than anything I made so far. And she was like, stop, your stuff is good. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm joking. But yeah, just do it. Stop listening to everybody else and comparing yourself. Just go out there and try to make what you want to make, and just have it, try to be as relatable and true to yourself.
Like you say,
Live for joy. Yep. I've done that for the longest time. It took me till I dropped the song like as a kid, but I barely remember it. But it took me till like senior year of high school. I recorded my first like kind of hit single. It had like 20K on SoundCloud or whatever, which was depressing to me back then because I was at like a small school. But it's called Sad Reality, and I recorded that in the closet at school, like on a phone. And the way it came out, I'm like, I did it. And I have no regrets for making any music I do, because I'm doing it, and people like, dude, like I could never, start going to go do shows. I can't perform in front of people. I could never hop in the studio, just keep making songs and spending all that money. Like, we applaud you. I'm like, that's the gratification I get for making music, and I'm like, I'm glad I do what I do. It hits different as an artist when it's just.
that's great advice.
I
Advice you gotta give.
got or put it for like. When I brought up expectations, you guys set up goals for yourself, and it's baby steps. Like Nipsey said, the marathon continues. Like it's a marathon in this lifetime. You don't have to sprint. Pace yourself. Control yourself. Take those little steps. Like it's a staircase. Just keep walking. Look around, making sure no one following. You to like bring you down or whatever. Just keep putting the foot forward. That's all you gotta do.
Sweet, put the foot forward, dude. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Well, man, I love the advice you give and everything. That was great stuff. Like you just mentioned earlier, like you love giving that advice, especially
Yeah.
people that like to, like get in music and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, lately for my job, I work as a behavioral health specialist at a rehab facility, and like my job is to teach classes to like in groups to addicts, and just like I give them a perspective where it's just like it's okay to mess up. We don't expect you to not mess up. It's just having that safety net to when you do mess up or whatever. And it's just I like try to be real with them as possible. I'm like, they were like, oh, you're like so young, we're like older adults. I'm like, no disrespect, but you guys are on that side and I'm on this side for a reason. It's just like there's nothing wrong. You took the wrong road, yes, but you got to come to terms with that and accept that you did and try to fix that. It's about pointing people in the different directions and path that was beneficial for you. It might not be right for them, but you never know until you like say how it worked for you, and like not even just saying it, showing them that like I'm the most chill person I know, and just like I'm more relaxed, and it's more like let's say I have a whole bunch of like hood friends and all that, they gangsters and stuff, and like and I don't try to act like that. Like I've been around that. Yes, I know the code. I know different things. Like I stay educated in that area, but it's more like I've never shot nobody. I never got shot, but family members of mine have different friends whatever. But my job is not to like come and like condone that per se. I can understand all day, but condoning it is not what I try to do. I try to guide them to like, hey, but on a more positive like outlook on it. Like if you don't, go do that. If you don't do this, it's more like not even try to focus on the dose, but like just more. It'll be more beneficial for them, and they'll be more at peace. Because I try to push peace as much as possible to everybody, like in themselves, uh, not even just like when it comes to like violence or different stuff. It's just I want you to be a place where you're thinking about consequences enough where you're about to it puts you to make the right decision for you, not for anybody else, just to get applause or like recognition for something. Like I want you to be smart about this, strategic, the long run, not what could end tomorrow or tonight. It's just that's how I look at it. Even at work or just like with friends I have or different family members, just getting them to think about different stuff. Cause like a lot of people could call me like corny all day. I love being corny half the time, but there's times where like I do understand where they're coming from. I can't. You gotta realize you can't change a certain situation, and like doubling it ain't gonna make it better at the time. But if you gotta do what you gotta do, you gotta do what you gotta do. But me, I'm gonna try to like stay back and teach and guide. That's my job here. I'm not one of those that's just gonna like be at the forefront and like push something I'm not about. That's not what I do. Even in my music, I weirdly say all the time, I'm not like that. I'm really not. A lot of people like think, or they could think I am if I be around people. No, I'll be around anybody. I don't care who you are, but like, let's do this thing the right way. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. Always do it the right way. Sweet dude. Well. All right. Well, Miles, Mizzy G, is there anything else you'd like to say for? I mean, just anything.
Uh, no, not really. It's just I just hope everybody got a better understanding of like just my perspective on life and just this music stuff. There's been a few times where I wanted to stop and just like there's no point in doing this music or life. You know what I'm saying? Not a lot of people knew that part. It's just me being left alone, just in my own head and thoughts was not safe until I got back to doing what I love to do, and that's music.
Yeah.
Like I love basketball and stuff too, but like I could do that in a different direction where I like help coach my little cousin or something like that. But music is just it's a way of life for me. Like I'll give up a lot of other things before I give up music. It's just a different piece and just different emotions you get out of music. It just helps me get through a lot of things, especially just making music or whatever. And I do want to make it in the music industry, but I want to show people how to do it the right way, and that's my way. Like I'm not gonna care too much about the money or what girls it can give me, what fame it can give me. Like I just want people to hear me out, and hopefully they can relate in a way where they can't really relate to other artists talking about having big planes and going on shopping sprees. I'm talking about shopping at Marshalls for some stuff. You know what I'm talking about. Just like being grateful for some of the simple things of life. I like chains and stuff. I forgot to wear some today. I got like a blue diamond Cuban I like to wear and like a watch. I had it on earlier for a photo shoot, but it's not the most important stuff. Like just I like to hang with my cousins, my friends, have roast sessions, watch basketball, watch wrestling. Just it's just the little stuff that counts.
Yeah.
Just keep
Exactly.
like I want to keep being me and doing me. I can't be nobody else. Nobody else can be me. Like I want to like still watch Disney Plus shows. Stuff I used to watch. Just it's all about repetition and getting back to like things I loved where I appreciated it. Where I'm not like looking at every big artist out there, big celebrity, just different people making music. They got a whole entourage at shows, and I'm showing up by myself. I was like, at the last show, I was like, dang, that must be nice. But I had to realize, hey, I am here on my own will. And like, I'm here where a few people came and supported me, which I definitely appreciated. And that kind of got me out of my head. I'm like, I don't need a whole entourage just to do what I love to do. I just need me, God, and my message throughout different songs. Even like my hype ones, it's not really talking about how like any other things you really hear all the time. I mean, some of it might be, but it's mostly just how I outpowered different things and obstacles in my life where I'm literally at a point where I'm better than I was yesterday, and that's the goal, to be better than you were the day before, and just keep being better and being better. If you have a blocking stop, that's fine. Don't don't try to go around it. You have to go through it, because it's not going to help you more if you try to go around it and hit another roadblock. Get through that roadblock. There's going to be roadblocks anywhere in your life. So just want to thank everybody just who supported me, and future fans if feel like supporting me. Mizzy G is it's a persona where I just feel like I've outgrown some things and I'm just better. Not it's like it's a humble thing. It's in myself, not better than anybody else. I'm better than what Miles allowed. I'm still Miles though. There's parts like of my heart where I am a little soft on some people where I shouldn't be, or whatever. But we're humans. We're humans. End of the day, I appreciate everybody, and I hope you guys enjoy this interview. And if you want to listen to me more, I am out on Apple Music, Spotify, all the above, even YouTube. I barely use the YouTube though. I might have some music videos coming on the way. I'm excited to start on that. And I have more music coming on the way. I should be hitting the studio around next week. And it's more on the perspective tip of how, like, not even sad boy Mizzy G anymore. It's more like I'm ready to trust again. I'm ready to lay out on the line. I am like, I might hold on to old stuff for a little bit, but I'm ready for something new. It's about like it's understanding and using that knowledge to move on from everything and not staying sad about it, because life moves on, and if you're not moving with it, then you're gonna get lost. Yeah. So that's where most of my new music is coming from. Like I got one called "I'm Back Now." That's gonna be interesting concept. I Condone, So Real, So Me, just different things. I can't wait for you guys to hear my improvements as an artist and just as a person, just seeing what I do on the daily. I'm not perfect either, nowhere near, but it's just me being vulnerable is what helps me get through with you guys, and hope you enjoyed. Mizzy out. Mizzy gang.
We supposed to do that, we supposed to do this. Had stories to tell when we was kids. Hard to go, but now my mind don't fit. It's pain and regret being one hell of a mate. Clock is ticking like it's hard past 9. From the first look, I really wanted you be mine. Why I still shook, what I need to leave behind. Hop in the car and hit the stew, it's all about the drive. Still think about having your back. Did I push you away, like, did I do that? Got hit with a tombstone, I'm laying on this mat. About cheese these days, I don't even wanna make. I'm gone, you gone, creeping in my head. Thinking about what you on, ice on my heart, baby. Something like a two-tone. Don't wanna come to you, say I don't want you home. Man in the mirror, like myself saying you strong, but I can never tell myself that you wrong. Like, damn, Miles, man, move on. I gotta put the truth on. It's 5 a.m., I should really be asleep. Thinking about the good times that made me weak. Though I just miss it cause I was at my peak. This is all for the moments I ain't get the chance to speak. Now shawty's think I'm nonchalant. I mean I am, but it's love I want. You was kinda my confidant. Need something down to earth, don't need no debutante. Like hey better swing. I wanna protect my